Hello and welcome to Clevy News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Florence Joshua. The Enugu State Command of the Nigerian Police Force has arrested Mr. Mufonobon Udomdom, a lecturer at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, who was suspended by the leadership of the institution over allegations bordering on sexual assault. Our correspondent gathered that the police arrested the lecturer shortly after he was suspended by the university authorities on Tuesday night. Recall that in a viral video which trended on Monday night, Udom was seen putting on a pair of boxers after he was caught in an attempt to sexually harass a female student. Highly placed sources in the university community who would not want their names mentioned said this was not the first time he was accused of harassing female students sexually. The lecturer was said to have threatened to fail the female student in his course if she refused to have an affair with him in his office. He was seen in a viral video clip putting on only boxers in his office, where he was said to have attempted to molest the female student. The Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Rivers State, Professor Zacchaeus Adango, has rejected his redeployment following the cabinet reshuffle by the state governor, Similaye Fubara, amidst the ongoing crisis in Rivers State. Adango, in a letter addressed to the Secretary of Rivers State Government, Tami Danagogo, also resigned his membership of the State Executive Council. Fubara had, through the office of the SSG, redeployed Adango to the Ministry of Special Duties, Governor's Office, and the Commissioner for Finance, Isaac Kamalu, to the Ministry of Employment, Generation and Economic Empowerment. The governor said their transfer took immediate effect and asked them to hand over to the permanent secretaries of their various ministries. But in his letter of rejection and resignation, Adango said he was no longer willing to continue to serve in Fubara's administration in any capacity whatsoever. He said Fubara had in the past couple of weeks interfered with his job as the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. He said Fubara directed him not to defend, oppose, or appear in suit instituted against his office and the Rivers government by persons admittedly hired and sponsored by the government. Adango therefore concluded thus, having served the government and good people of Rivers State dutifully as a member of the Rivers State Executive Council for 5 years, it has become imperative for me to quit the administration in order to preserve my reputation. I wish the administration of His Excellency well. The Kaduna State House of Assembly has written to State Ministry of Finance demanding details of financial transactions under former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai administration between 2015 and 2023. This was in connection with the State Assembly's probe of all financial transactions under the El-Rufai administration. The probe by the State Assembly comes weeks after the incumbent governor of the state, Uba Sani, lamented over the huge debt profile left by the previous administration in the state. Words were almost inadequate on Tuesday for the National Working Committee (NWC) of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) when it received the report of the Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo Primary Election Committee for Ondo State. The NWC was commending the KOGI State Governor for doing a thorough job against all odds. Dr. Gandaje, who made the commendation shortly after receiving the reports from the governor, said the party is proud of the performance of Ododo in Ondo State, which he noted was the first national assignment of the governor. Earlier, Governor Ododo thanked the Gandaje-led National Working Committee (NWC) for finding him and his committee members worthy of the assignment. He said, as a young man, he remained very grateful for the opportunity and that he is available for further national assignments. According to him, his committee has produced a comprehensive report which covers all that transpired across the 18 local governments of Ondo State, saying the report will help guide the party in future exercise of that nature. Governor Ododo was accompanied to the secretariat by some other members of the committee. The Federal Ministry of Environment, in collaboration with Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, held their 17th meeting of the National Council on Environment this Wednesday in Abuja. Our correspondent Eunice Ella Eze was there and now brings us details.
The Federal Ministry of Environment says one of the foremost challenges confronting the environmental sector is inadequate funding. While welcoming stakeholders to the 17th meeting of the National Council of Environment in Abuja, the Minister of State in the ministry, Dr. Adekunle Salako, said it is imperative to continue placing high premium on a healthy and sustainable environment, especially in the face of global climate change.
Our gathering here at this National Council of Environment to examine innovative ways of funding our ambition and actioning our thoughts is therefore a critical imperative. As important as the environmental sector is, we still have to compete with other sectors for the limited fund in both the public and private sectors. We therefore need to think more outside the box, be more transparent, evidence-driven, and be result-oriented in order to attract the needed funds to our sector.
In his keynote address, the Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas Lawal, emphasized on the theme of the conference, environmental financing need to mobilize more financial inflows for generating adequate resources in support of environmental sustainability efforts.
The theme for this year's meeting is environmental financing need to mobilize more financial inflows for generating adequate resources in support of environmental efforts. Mobilizing more financial inflows to environmental sustainability is essential because it allows for the allocation of resources towards projects and initiatives aimed at protecting and preserving our environment. As we are aware, environmental finance is capital intensive. To mobilize more financial inflows for environmental sustainability, that the need to inflow innovative financing mechanism, such as the green bond, which I think we are almost there. We've been on it for a very long time since we came to the ministry, so I believe that in the next few months we are going to launch or we are going to issue the third bond, green bond. And like the Honorable Minister of State indicated, state also should gear towards that. We are going to make windows for you to come in, but I think it's also important for you to start thinking of trying to issue green bonds. And carbon pricing and public-private partnership.
The event also witnessed the presence of personnel and commissioners from the 36 states of the Federation who gave goodwill messages and a lecture from the team of the 17th National Council of Environment, NCE. Highlight of the meeting was the launch of a book, National Clean Cooking Policy for Nigeria, by the Minister of Environment. He said the book is a must-read for all sector practitioners. Eunice Ella is reporting for KOGI News Desk.
7 members of a Muslim family in eastern Uganda have been arrested by the authorities for allegedly assaulting an 18-year-old girl who attended the church service. Police say the girl was allegedly given 100 lashes with a cane by her uncle, while 5 of her other uncles held her down. Footage showed the girl being beaten went viral on social media, eliciting widespread condemnation among Ugandans. The family has not yet commented. Police said the girl's uncles were arrested alongside her aunt, who is her primary guardian. It is still unclear what offenses they will be charged with, but sources said the alleged actions amounted to assault or torture. A local representative of the National Muslim Governing Board said the alleged assault was barbaric and inhumane and not supported by the religious principle. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at KOGI News Desk or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter at KOGI Online.